A-flat major scale is definitely one of the trickier ones on the piano, but with the right fingering tricks, you can get playing 1, 2, 3, 4 octaves, hands alone, or together within minutes, and I'm going to show you how. If you're new here, my name's Jonathan, and on this YouTube channel, we provide simple, practical tutorials that'll help you succeed at the piano faster. Now, let's dive into A-flat major scale. We'll start with hands alone, and then I'll show you how to put hands together. And to keep things simple, let's start with just one octave. So A-flat major scale, the sequence of pitches will be A-flat, B-flat, C, D-flat, E-flat, F, G, A-flat. And the fingerings can be pretty simple. You're going to start with fingers 2 and 3 on the first two notes. So your first goal will be to get your thumb to the C. And then from this point, you're going to think in terms of finger groups. Whenever I say finger group, that's the number of fingers that you play before a thumb goes under or a finger goes over. So from this point, you'll think group of 3. So meaning I'm going to play 3 fingers. Thumb goes under, and then I'll play another group of 3, and that's at the top of the scale. And then I'll just follow that back. Group of 3, another group of 3, and then my fingers 3 and 2. You can also practice clustering this if it's helpful to get that into your muscle memory. Again, playing these 2 together, playing this group of 3 together, and then this group of 3 together. That can help us kind of organize the fingerings into fewer things when we think about these finger groups, rather than trying to memorize every single individual finger. So that's one octave, A-flat major scale. And then to do more than one octave, it's actually quite simple. What you'll do is, instead of group of 3, you're going to do group of 3, and then at this point, you're going to actually do a group of 4 to be able to continue. And then from that point, you can alternate group of 4, group of 3, until you're ready to end it. Then you just end with a group of 3. Now, that might sound like a mouthful, so I'll break that down into bits. We'll start with 2 octaves, so I can show you that. So again, we start with fingers 2 and 3. We have a group of 3, a group of 4, so that I can continue, group of 3, and now since I want to finish, I'll finish with a group of 3 here. And then I just follow that back. Group of 3, group of 3, group of 4, group of 3, and then I finish with my 3 and 2. And once you get going with 2 octaves or more, you might actually want to start your right hand with fingers 3 and 4, just that way the fingerings are consistent across the different octaves. Try it both ways and just stick with whatever works best for you. And again, you can practice that with clustering, starting with 2 and 3, group of 3, group of 4, group of 3, group of 3, and then I just follow that back. Now, if I want to do 3 or even 4 octaves, again, we just alternate 3s and 4s until we're ready to end, and then we just finish with a 3 rather than a 4. So I'll show you that in 3 octaves and then 4 octaves. So again, I start with 2 and 3. I have my group of 3, my group of 4, group of 3, group of 4, because I'm continuing, group of 3. Now I want to stop, so that's group of 3 to finish, and then I follow that backwards. Group of 3, group of 3, group of 4, group of 3, group of 4, group of 3, and then I finish with my 3 and 2. And again, if you want to go further than that, as many octaves as you want, just keep alternating and then finish with a group of 3 to turn yourself back around. Now the left hand is even easier because it starts with these finger groupings pretty straightforward. You'll start with third finger in the left hand, and we're basically just going to do a group of 3, meaning we'll play 3 fingers before a finger crosses, and then we'll do a group of 4. So we'll need fourth finger to cross here. And then for just one octave, we're just going to cross our second finger over to grab that last note, and then we follow the finger groupings backwards. Group of 4, group of 3. And again, you can cluster this to practice it. So group of 3, group of 4, cross my second finger, and then I follow it backwards. And I think this is even easier to do 2, 3, 4, or more octaves, because all you're going to do is alternate group of 3, group of 4, group of 3, group of 4, and then when you're ready to finish, you just cross your second finger to grab that top A flat before turning it around. So for example, 2 octaves will be group of 3, group of 4, group of 3, group of 4, second finger to end it, and then just following it backwards. Group of 4, group of 3, group of 4, group of 3. And again, you can cluster that if you like. Group of 3, 4, 3, 4, second finger for the ending, and then coming back. 4, 3, 4, 3. And if I wanted to do, say, 4 octaves, again, just group of 3, group of 4, 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 second finger crosses for that last note, and then I just follow it backwards. Group of 4, group of 3, 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 and I'm done. Now let's talk about how to play hands together, which can feel a little overwhelming, but if you focus on these checkpoints I'm going to show you, it can actually be quite easy. So let's start with 1 octave, hands hands together. So both hands are going to start with fingers 2 and 3. I think that's the easiest way to start this, hands together. And we're going to aim for the places where both hands play the same fingers on the same notes at the same time. And then we're also going to focus on finger groups that line up, meaning groups of fingers that play collectively together on the same notes. If that's a little confusing, you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So we'll start with fingers 2 and 3. And your first goal is to get your thumb to the C right here. Notice thumb in both hands, finger 1, both playing the Cs. And now your next goal is going to be to line up your third fingers to this E flat. And the only way we can really do that is to use fourth finger in the left hand on D flat, second finger in the right hand on D flat to get here. So that's sort of like checkpoint number 2. And then these next two notes, F and G, are going to be played with fingers 1 and 2 collectively, meaning if you took fingers 1 and 2 and just did this, those are your fingerings for F and G. And then you're going to aim for third fingers to line up together on A flat. And I think this works whether you're doing 1 octave or more, because if you want to do more than 1 octave, you're good to go with third fingers. Some people might want to cross second finger over. Again, try both ways. It's totally up to you. So let's go through that one more time. Start with fingers 2 and 3. Thumbs line up on the C, fourth finger crosses in the left hand, so that 3s line up on E flat, 1s and 2s collectively on F and G, and then we cross over for the A flat. And then we follow that backwards, 1s and 2s, 3s line up here, we aim for the thumbs to line up on the C, and then 3s and 2s to finish. Now, if you're trying this and it's not clicking right away, one strategy you can use is to practice just going up to these different checkpoints. Even if you just play the first 3 notes, just going, getting to where those thumbs line up, do that several times, and then when that's feeling good, try to aim to get to that E flat. And again, however many times you need to do it until it's feeling pretty automatic. These two you can cluster if you want. Again, if it helps you to work that into your muscle memory to do this, great. If it makes it more confusing, don't worry about it. You can just focus on getting from here to that top A flat. Now, if you want to do more than 1 octave, this is where I think lining up those third fingers on that top A flat is pretty critical, because in order to keep going, we're going to continue from here, go to the next finger, and then we just use the same fingering tricks once again. So I'll show you that in slow motion, 2 octaves. So we have 2s and 3s, thumbs on C. We're aiming for that E flat next, where the hands line up, 1s and 2s, 3s here, and then when we keep going, we just go to the next finger, once again aiming for thumbs on the C, crossing fourth finger so we can get 3s on the E flats, and then 1s and 2s, and then our final note. And then we just follow that back down, 1s and 2s, 3s line up, C's line up. Now here, super important, you want to make sure you cross fourth finger over, because if you do 3, 2, we're going to kind of run out of fingers. So coming back, fourth finger on B flat, so that the 3s can line up on A flat. So as long as you're pinpointing where your 3s line up on this A flat, you can't really go wrong, because the only other real option to get you there is that fourth finger in the right hand. So 3s line up, 1s and 2s, 3s on the E flat, thumbs on the C's, and then you can just finish with 3 and 2. So to sum all that up, we're focusing on where our thumbs line up on the C's, and then where our third fingers line up on E flat and A flat, and then where 1s and 2s line up together on F and G. So as you can see here, rather than having to worry about every single little fingering or just kind of blindly hack at it and hope that it's correct, if we whittle everything down to just 2 or 3 little rules or focal points we're aiming on, the scale can actually be quite straightforward. Give these tricks a try, let me know how it goes in the comments, and if you want to continue with more of our scale tutorials, I definitely check out this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.